Well, I'm on the farm today, and we have pulled all the tarps. I think there might be one or two more down there, but we pretty much pulled up all the tarps. There's one right here. The goal here is to get to a dirt floor. And I pulled my John Deere square baler out. And between the hay, the tarps and the hay on top of it, we still got mold. The only thing that kept us from getting mold in this barn on a hay bale is if we stacked it on top of a hay bale. And we sold all our bottom bales, and I want to clear out all this old hay. And I got the Massey 1105 here and the 335 John Deere. The tire on the back here is a little bit low. I got to put some air in it, and the plan is to kind of break this stuff over into the center a little bit at a time. I mean, I'm not going to have a windrow that looks like this, but just kind of rake a little bit in the middle at a time, and run the round baler from one end of the barn to the other. And in doing that, I've got my John Deere 5055D. I've got the Vermeer rake tedder on that. And what we'll do is we'll pull some of this stuff in here and let the rake tedder kind of bust it up a little bit before it goes into the pickup, and see how it goes. My only fear in doing this is that a spark jumps off, the exhaust of the Massey, and lights this hay on fire. I hope that doesn't happen and lose my barn. But I think, I'd like to run a little bit of hay through my round baler yet. I made one small round bale that you might have saw in the corner of the video picture as I walked in here, but I'm gonna get the 1105 started, get that wheel pumped up. I'll probably back out and bring the John Deere in and just make a little windrow going all the way down the center, like I said. Bale it, we'll pitch some more over and kind of repeat the process, hopefully until we got the bulk of this hay out of here and in a round bale that we can dispose of one way or the other. Alright, I got the Massey backed out, and we're going to get the John Deere and bring it around. Do a little work down here in the center of the barn first. So over here is my John Deere 5055D, and we have set this thing on there, and that's what we'll be using to rake the hay with. Let me get up here and give it a start, and I'm gonna go around to the back side of the barn over there and come through, and then I'll bring the 1105 and the John Deere 335 through. I'll come back. Sure looks like rain, but we do have hay equipment out and about. Alright, so the goal is not to rake it all in at one time, but let the edge of the rake kind of grab some of these sides where we flip the hay in as we went, and so we'll see what happens. All right, so the goal here, it was not to necessarily put that rake all the way down on the ground touching, but I might do one pass like that. But this is my windrow. It's kind of big and fluffy, so I don't know if the pickup on that John Deere will choke on this or not, but I'll go as slow as I can. There won't be a whole lot of weaving going on in this barn. So I'll let this pickup down and I don't know, I'll come back. I've had a few comments on the last video about this quick hitch hitting the PTO shaft. I'm not terribly concerned about it. The Massey Ferguson lifts real high, and I'm not even at the end of my stroke. So let's try to make a round bale. All right, so the John Deere 335 kind of ate the windrows pretty good. I got down, right it down in here somewhere, and it was pretty heavy right through here. And I thought, well, you know, I'm just going to let it clog. If it clogs, it clogs. But so we'll throw some. We'll throw some more hay over into here, and I'll rake it again, and I'll come back down through. Now let's take a look-see at the baler. Right there's the original round bale. So not trying to make a super square bale or weave or anything like that. And I don't dare cut the PTO off because might shear a pin trying to get it started. It's not an even bale, but according to the monitor, but it looks even to me. I don't know. See, I haven't used this thing. So there's my lines. And one of those was out of sight a few minutes ago. So I got about what would that be? Almost a half a bale? Not quite. More goes into these 4x4s than what I thought it would, I think. So next I'll get the John Deere and break up another windrow. I'll come back. All right, no particular rhyme or reason. We just kind of kicked hay down, but we didn't kick it all into the center. And I'll rake this up and see what happens. Hope I don't get full halfway down and have to dump the bale in the middle of the barn. I guess I could. So we're not jammed up here. We just got a clump of hay so big it won't fit up into the pickup. So I'm gonna take my pitchfork here and shove it up in there a little bit. And there's some lesson learned on this, on these trial and errors. All right, so some of my issue with feeding the pickup is there are flakes of hay in there. Even though I rake it, there's still flakes. And anyway, they kind of hang up on the side. I'm gonna lift my pickup up a little bit too. So this bale is it's almost full. I might try to go through one more time. All right, so I'm going from one extreme to another. Instead of it being way open, I've narrowed this thing down, and we're going to run a little more hay through the baler to try to fill up the bale. So I'll come back. All right, so this time the windrow is much narrower, and I'm hoping I can get through here and have a full bale and not go over, but we'll see. So I tried to put the twine to this one, and still not getting any out here on the edge, quite like I am over here. Not sure what that is. Maybe there's an adjustment, but I think the manual said you're supposed to wait like 6 seconds on the ends and maybe 4 in here, but it's definitely tied up kind of tight, I reckon. But anyway, I'm sure the real life 4x4 will be a better deal. This is the last windrow. I mean, we might pick up a little bit more, but I've got it set as narrow as I can. And I'm not sure trying to make them as wide as the pickup works, because when you start trying to steer the tractor and the baler, but if it swallows that windrow, I'll be impressed. So We finished clearing the hay out of this barn for all intent and purposes. This is nice. I mean, there's still a little, I mean, you can't pick that up very well. I think it looks pretty good compared to what we had. And so we wound up with one, let's see here. There's one full-size bale over there. That was the last bale. That's like a 1.5 feet. That's like one of those mini balers you see these guys with the compact tractors making. And they make these little mini balers. One thing that haunts me about the 4x4 is I remember asking around about it. I mean, that's what our customers want, but somebody said, get a 4x5 round baler, because after you get tired of picking up all those 4x4s, you'll appreciate a 5-inch diameter bale. This one over here, I don't know what happened on it, but the core is off center. I'm almost ashamed to show it to you, but it is the 3rd round bale we put through this baler. And I don't know what happened on this thing, but it was, see how the core, the center of the bale's down here? I don't know what was going on with that. But nonetheless, it rolled up, and so 2 1/4 of a bale, a round bale. And we learned a lot about feeding the pickup on this thing. This hay is not representative of what we're going to have in the field, because obviously when we get to the field, the hay's not going to be dry and slick like this. I think that was part of our trouble. We won't have big giant windrows when we go to the field. We're just kind of testing our limits on this thing, seeing what we could or couldn't do with it, and I think we kind of found out. So it's starting to rain. I'm gonna put this baler in. So the John Deere 5055D with the Vermeer TR90 on the back of it, the Massey Ferguson 1105, the John Deere 335. So we know it definitely makes a bale. I put a heat gun on it, and I don't think I saw 90 degrees on any of the bearings. It'd be like 82 to 85. Not bad. I opened my window right there so I could see. It got so dusty. You can see the raindrops starting to hit that dust. So let me get this stuff put away. Appreciate you watching. We're hoping the next move we make is actually putting some hay down, but feel like we tried this thing out, kind of stretched the boundaries with it, made some lessons learned. Certainly it likes a narrow windrow, and I got to figure out how to react to these lines right here better. And the audible alarm is not hooked up. I don't even have it, but probably be a good idea to have that audible alarm, because if you're not paying attention, that pointer could definitely get into the red, and that wouldn't be good. So let me call it a video. Appreciate you watching. Subscribe, comment, and baling hay in the barn. We'll talk to you later.